What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, your boy Iggy. Today we got some fun stuff planned. I figured I would start off the episode, now that we've got our elytra, by heading over here to the spider spawner, which is just a quick fly away now, which is super nice, but we're going to make the trip over here even quicker by chucking a nether portal into our little building here. So let's see, we'll just fly on down. A nice smooth landing, nailed it. Perfecto. And then right here I figured is where we would chuck our nether portal. So I've got some obsidian. I totally forgot to bring a flint and steel with me, but let's see, we're actually going to build this into the ground. Now we're going to have a 3 wide portal here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And we'll grab our shulker box with our essentials, which I do not have in this one. Do I have in this one? Yes, I do. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to light that, but we're not actually going to go into it yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, let's see, we should probably get ready to sleep here. Put our flint and steel away. Set that down for the time being. Is it going to let me sleep with those spiders? Probably not. All right, let's see. So that can get picked up and go back into here. That can get picked up. And that can get picked up. Perfect. Okay, and then let's see our coordinates. Negative 699, 74, 458. So I'm actually going to put that into a website here, which is maximumfx.nl, and they've got a portal calculator. And basically what you do is you put your overworld coords into the program here. So let's see, it's definitely not gonna let me sleep. So negative 699, 457. So negative 699, 457. So in the nether, that's going to be negative 88, positive 57. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cut here, head over back to the base, get into the nether, and then we're going to dig a tunnel over and link this up. So we'll see you there. Alrighty, so we are in the nether, and it's just off of our nether hub. We came down here to negative 88, positive 57, and with any luck, when I light this up, well, one, it's going to be nighttime on the other side, but fingers crossed that this takes us to our spider spawner. Oh, would you look at that? And it does. Perfect. All right, so now we can grab some sleep, and now we'll just make sure that it links back up the other direction as well. So we'll hop back in here and make sure that takes us back to our portal up at the top. Perfect. So now we can just take our ice road right here, and we'll have a nice, super quick way to get back and forth between the spider spawner and the base, which is great because oh god, stupid boat. But yeah, so now we're we're synced up. I see I've got a visitor in my boat. You know, I could name tag him and make him into like a little temporary piglin trader, because I don't think he'll despawn in that boat. So but yeah, anyways, I'm going to head back to the base and then start getting some things ready for the project we're going to be working on today. So see you as soon as we get back there. Alrighty, so we're back here at the base, and something that we definitely need to address that I figured we would start taking care of is what's directly behind me. That. All of these animals need to go somewhere that is not here in the middle of my path. So we are going to start getting these guys out of the way. We're going to be doing the sheep first, and we're going to be starting that project. I think what we're going to do is put it right over here behind the storage building, and I've already got some area cleared out. I'm thinking we can put the sheep and do a nice little wool farm right here. And I might actually build it somewhat close to the storage building, because maybe at some point, I don't know if we'll do it from the get-go, but I think it would be kind of cool if we connected the wool farm up to the chests up here on the second story of the storage building. Because I mean, each one of these little sections right here in between the windows is a row of 3, I believe 5 high, which would be plenty of storage for all of our different wool colors. And so if there's 16 colors of wool, I believe, and these rows are rows of 3, we would need roughly 6 rows to have enough room for all the wool. And then, you know, we would just protrude the building out maybe and connect it, and then have our auto sorter in there. But yeah, for the time being, I think we're just going to dump it back here. And I think this is a perfect area. We'll probably start it, like I said, just in case we do decide to connect this up and make it a, you know, joint structure. We'll probably start maybe in a little bit. So this row, just so the roof doesn't get too wonky with the redstone for the item sorters coming out of the back there. That being said, I think this could actually work though, because then if we do have it as its own little, you know, kind of its own building, we can still kind of connect it up and just maybe redo it later. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll worry about that after we've got the farm built. But before we get started on that, one thing that I have been meaning to share with you guys for many episodes now, I just somehow always forget, is the world seed. So we're just gonna do that just so in post I remember to actually take the seed and post it on the screen, because I know that my camera is blocking the little box where the text would be. So basically right here we've got all of our redstone or stuff for the redstone for the sheep. And I'm thinking we'll probably have, let's see, because there's 16 different ones, we'll probably do a row of 8 in the back and then 4 on either side, so it's not too big of a building. I did have a design in my in a creative world that I had came up with, but it's pretty big and would involve me digging down like a huge area of space. So I think we're going to actually scrap that and just go with the design. So I'm going to take a second here and kind of figure out where the center point for everything is going to be. So I guess actually we could do it together. So we'll start just for the sake, let's see. So if we started it from this second one right here, or from this, we'll come in a little bit and let's see. So if we're going to have 4 sheep back here, it would be, so that's going to be a redstone. And there's a observer goes here with a dispenser on top, and then the redstone right there, which means the sheep would be standing here like that. So that would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's our 4 little cubicles will be right there. And then for the back, let's see here. So I don't want these too close together because it'll look kind of wonky. So we'll do like that maybe. And then we got a nice little open area. We can do like a pillar or something in the middle. Yeah, it's perfect. So we'll get our other, let's see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then so it's an odd number. We'll put a center point, and then we'll just copy that over to that side. So I'm going to go ahead and get this duplicated over, and then we'll join back up and start working on the next steps. Alrighty, so I've got all of the area laid out for where these sheep are going to go. And next up, what we are going to do is just come back here behind each of these. So the sheep is going to be right there. This is going to actually be an observer looking at the grass block. So we'll do that all the way around. Not just yet. I'll show you on one tile and then I'll repeat it for the rest. But basically, it's going to be an observer looking at the grass. And then on top of the observer, looking at the where the sheep will be, is going to be a dispenser, and then that's where our shears are going to go. Then right behind the observer, you're going to want a solid block, and I like to use something like stone bricks or something that I don't really use otherwise. In this case, I'm going to be using these chiseled stone bricks that I actually got from trading with the villagers, just to level up my mason so they would have quartz. But yeah, you definitely want to use a block that if you're like digging underneath, you'll know that it has redstone on it, so you don't mess up your redstone. And then there'll be a redstone dust right here, so when the observer gets updated by the sheep eating the grass, which is when it will regrow its wool, it will send a signal up to the redstone dust, which will then trigger the dispenser right here, which in the current update you can have I believe it was 1.14, they added shears to be able to be used in the dispensers, so you'll be able to shear the sheep whenever it grows its wool. And then underneath this we'll put a collection system to pick up all of the drops, and then later we can possibly, like I said, connect that up to the storage building. But one thing that is key is that this is a grass block, and that around it are grass blocks as well, so that the grass can spread to regrow this block once the sheep eats. That's why you want to use a transparent block like glass, or even I guess you could use the top half slab, because the grass would still be alive underneath and thus able to spread back to this block right here after the sheep eats. One thing, if this is indoors, you will want to have light somewhere in here so that this is all well lit, so the grass can actually grow, because you do need a certain light level for plants and even grass to be able to grow. So that is very important. And another thing, just kind of so it looks nice in here, I think we're going to grab our polished andesite and make a nice little kind of border around the area where the sheep is. So we'll just come forward like so, and actually, you know what, we'll leave these as grass, and then we'll come one more forward like that. So there's a 1 block gap in between, and then we will fill that with our polished andesite, just like that. Give it a nice little trim, and then we'll do that all the way around, and then we'll start getting some sheep in this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and sleep here real quick, and then when I join back up with you, we will start getting the sheep in and getting dispensers loaded, and then all that good stuff. So we'll see you in just a sec. Okay, so we got the perimeter all put in. We've got our solid blocks behind all of the dispensers, and then we've got the observers under all of the dispensers. So now what we got to go ahead and do is put a redstone dust on the back of all of these, like so. All right, and then once you've got that, what we're going to actually come and do is put all of these glass blocks 2 blocks high, and then a block on top of our dispensers. Okay, perfect. Now we should have something that looks like this. Now, for the collection system, there's a whole bunch of different, obviously, ways that you can go about doing this. Some people like to do a hopper minecart that runs underneath all of these and then picks up all of the drops and then either moves them to a like centralized row of chests. So I mean, you could theoretically have all 16 chests would fit right here in the middle, and you could have a minecart that runs along and picks it all up and then, you know, puts everything in there. But I mean, I personally don't like the sound of the minecarts constantly rolling around, and I don't know how well we'd be able to hear it inside of the storage building where we spend a lot of time. So what we could also do is a dropper system. So have all hoppers that run under all of these, and then bring everything to one central location, and then have a dropper that automatically unloads into a water stream that then takes it along to wherever your chests are going to be. And I think that may be what we end up doing at a later point, is having a row of hoppers that goes along underneath all of these, and then maybe join up kind of right here for a dropper that goes into a water stream that will then shoot it up into item sorters that go along the backs of the chests right there on the inside. So that can be a fun project to do later, but for today, what we're going to do is I'll just show you one little tile here, so to speak, is we're going to want to dig out under all of these dispensers a few blocks. So I'm actually just going to kind of staircase down to make life a little bit easier for myself. Oh, and you can see we're actually getting close to the farm underneath the lava, the dripstone farm. So I think we should have enough room here, but let's just go ahead and just to be sure. Ooh, yeah, see, this is going to look kind of wonky with the floor. Well, that could pose a little bit of an issue. All right, well, it looks like this is probably going to get split into multiple parts building this after all. So I'm going to take a second here and work out how I want to go ahead and put in the collection system, because it looks like we're going to have to just go straight up to the storage room after all, because I thought we had more room down than we actually do. So yeah, we'll join back up here in just a minute and figure out the plan for how we're going to go about doing this. Alrighty, so because this episode is already getting kind of long and too long to really do anything too fancy, what I went ahead and did was dug out underneath here, and we are going to use what was my original plan for the collection system, which is basically just going to be, so under your redstone block, you're going to have a solid block, and then directly in front of that, you're going to come, so here's the solid block, you're going to come down one, and then right here, I believe, is going to be a chest. Going into said chest is going to be a hopper. Then on top of the hopper, you're going to have a rail, so you'll shift place that. And then a hopper minecart will go on top of, wait, I built this whole thing 1, 2, in the wrong place. Hold on, so we gotta actually shift everything forward 1. Rail. Rid of that. Get those, pick that. Okay, so underneath the observer is where your block is going to go, and then you'll come forward 1, have your hopper going into a chest with a rail on top, and then on top of that you will have your hopper minecart. Boom, and then you will grab your blocks and put it on the sides like so. And then we actually are going to need to grab a slab or a stair. I guess we'll just do slabs. A little bit cheaper, boom, and that will keep the minecart from moving around. So now anytime a sheep gets sheared, the wool will land on the grass block right there, where it will get picked up by the hopper minecart, fed into the hopper, and into the chest. And what we're going to do is use this to gather for maybe an episode or two while we're doing some other projects or building a structure for this. Well, actually, the structure is going to have to wait. But what we'll do is just go ahead and get these in, and then get our sheep in. Probably in the next episode, we'll get the sheep in, and then yeah, probably next episode we'll get the sheep in and continue building the actual farm. But I'm going to go ahead and get the collection system in for all of these real quick, just like we did here. And then that way we can gather some wool in between episodes to put into the item sorters, and it'll give me a little bit of time to kind of figure out the design to make it look clean. So when because this is not what I had expected to happen today, but that's okay, because, you know, part of playing Minecraft is overcoming the challenges. So I'm going to go ahead and finish getting these put in, and then I'll show you what I've got when we're all done, and then we'll wrap things up for today. Alrighty, so I have got the collection system in, or I should say the temporary collection system, and it's basically just a minecart with the hopper on top of a rail on a hopper connected to a chest. And next episode, once I've got the dyes, because I also realized I did not prep any of the dyes that we're going to need to dye the actual sheep, we'll get the dyes between episodes. Next episode, we'll go ahead and get the sheep in, and then what I'm thinking we'll do is we will have pretty much a line of hoppers coming from these right here, and then a line of hoppers coming all the way along down here that will join up into a dropper, probably right around here, which will then have a bubble elevator that will take the items up, probably a little bit closer, maybe like right here-ish, and then basically we'll tear out this upper wall and have item sorters that are going all the redstone for that behind the chest. I'm just losing my words today. I'm sorry. But yeah, we'll have the all the redstone behind the chest, and we'll figure out a good way to integrate that into the building design. I mean, that'll be kind of fun, trying to figure out a way to first get all the redstone in is going to be the #1 priority, is getting the redstone for everything in, and then making sure it all works, and then we can get a structure around that, which is generally how I do things, because you'd be surprised how often I run into little issues like our floor down here. So I mean, granted, we could live with just this and, you know, extend it all out and then kind of match the dripstone and the stone brick all the way around if we really wanted to cop out and be lazy about it, because I mean, it is a full double chest and we just would have to empty it out from time to time. But that's no fun. I figure we'll start getting into some of the big projects now that we are endgame now. We beat the dragon. We've got our beacon over there, which I probably should relocate over here so it's a little bit closer when we're working. But yeah, like I said, I think that's where we're going to call the episode for today, because we're not going to have time to, you know, get the rest of this done in one episode. But hopefully you'll stick around and join me for the next one. We get everything put in. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, leave me a comment down below. Love reading those. Check me out on Twitter and Twitch. Both of them are at EVGA Associate. Thanks for watching the video. You have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.